A very good morning, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. My name is Priyanka Das, and welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country and across the world to set the tone for your day. From tracking Mahayuti's landslide victory in Maharashtra to Hemant Soren's JMM-led alliance retaining power in Jharkhand assembly elections. Stay tuned as Republic TV brings you the ground realities of these developments, but that's not all. We'll also be bringing you the latest updates from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's start today's mega news day here on Republic, as always with the nation first this quick morning. In Maharashtra, the BJP led the Mahayuti alliance to smashing victory in a the constituents. The state has 288 seats with the fabulous victory by BJP. The BJP has had a resounding victory in the Maharashtra Assembly elections with a clean sweep with the Mahayuti alliance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrated the BJP-led Mahayuti alliance's victory in Maharashtra Assembly elections, calling it a triumph of development and a rejection
बीते 50 साल में किसी भी पार्टी या किसी भी प्री पोल अलायंस के लिए ये सबसे बड़ी जीत है। 50 साल के बाद ये लगातार तीसरी बार है जब भाजपा के नेतृत्व में किसी गठबंधन को लगातार महाराष्ट्र ने आशीर्वाद दिए हैं, विजयी बनाया है।
Senior Congress leader Ramesh Chennitala on Saturday said the Maharashtra Assembly poll results are unbelievable and unacceptable, and asked if the ruling alliance's Ladki Bahin Yojana had managed to end farm wars and other problems faced by citizens. Against most predictions of a close race between the Congress-led Maha Vikas Aghadi and the ruling Mahayuti, the results have been spectacularly lopsided, with the BJP itself coming close to getting a majority in the 288-member assembly.
आम लोग हमसे बात करते हैं, लेकिन आज की जो परिणाम जो निकला है ये बिल्कुल अविश्वसनीय है, एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है, क्योंकि जनता की भावना, जनता का जो अंदर की भावना इस रिसर्च से बिल्कुल ताल्लुक नहीं रखते।
The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha-led alliance emerged victorious in the state assembly elections, securing a decisive two-thirds majority. In the 81-seat assembly, the JMM, led by Chief Minister Hemant Soren, won 34 seats, with the Congress securing 16, the RJD capturing 4 and the CPI-ML winning 1 seat. The BJP, which contested 68 seats, was only able to secure or lead in 21 seats, while its ally AJSU party was nearly wiped out, winning just 4 seats. The NDA, which has hoped for a stronger performance, only managed to lead in 24 seats out of the 81 it contested. Contrary to exit polls predictions, the JMM achieved a strong performance, winning or leading in 34 seats of the 43 seats it contested.
लोकतंत्र में जो रिजल्ट जनता देती है उसे सहजता से स्वीकार करना ये जरूरी होता है, और हमने उसको एक लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था के नाते, क्योंकि हमारी जो पंचनिष्ठा है उसमें दूसरी सबसे बड़ी निष्ठा भाजपा की है लोकतंत्र, तो हम उसको सहजता से और सहर्ष स्वीकार करते हैं। सिर्फ सवाल ये है कि यहाँ जेएमएम, कांग्रेस और आरजेडी ईवीएम पर सवाल उठाता या नहीं उठाता, ये देखना है।
The BJP, with its alliance partner Rashtriya Lok Dal in Uttar Pradesh, registered a thumping victory, winning 7 out of the 9 seats. The by-polls were held on November 20th, along with Maharashtra and Jharkhand second phase. The BJP won 6 seats, while its ally RLD won the lone seat it contested.
प्रकार से विधानसभा उपचुनाव के रुझान में प्रदर्शित हो रहा कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी बड़ी जीत की ओर आगे बढ़ रही है और निश्चित रूप से उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता का मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं, सभी मतदाता भाइयों बहनों का, जिन्होंने शांति सुरक्षा के लिए वोट दिया, डेवलपमेंट के लिए वोट दिया, उत्तर प्रदेश की बेहतरी के लिए वोट दिया है। और विपक्ष का जो एक नेगेटिव एजेंडा है, नकारात्मक एजेंडा है और समाज को जाति, भाषा, क्षेत्र के नाम पर बांटकर देश को कमजोर करने का जो एजेंडा है, उस एजेंडे को उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने नकार दिया है।
The Manipur government on Saturday extended suspension of mobile internet services for 2 days in 7 districts of the state. Amid the escalating violence, the administration suspended the services on November 16th for 2 days to prevent anti-social elements from spreading content that might create law and order problems. It has been extended several times since then. Acting in continuity of credible leads generated during the investigation, a joint operation was launched in a forest adjoining village Malwa, jurisdiction of the police station Kunzar by Baramulla Police, Budgam Police and 62 RF. During the search operation in the forest area, one terrorist hideout was busted and incriminating material, including arms and ammunition, were recovered from the site. After seizure of the materials under the relevant provisions of law, the terror hideout was destroyed in situ. The recovery of arms and ammunition and destruction of the hideout has thwarted away any possible untoward incident and has scuttled the nefarious plans of terrorist outfits to derail peace and harmony in the Kashmir Valley. Viewers, tracking the top business stories for the day, we bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape. From Adani Group's clarification of reports on Kenya's main airport operations to Trump selecting Scott Bessent to lead the US Treasury, stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. Billionaire Gautam Adani's group on Saturday clarified reports of Kenya cancelling more than $2.5 billion in deals after the US indictment on bribery charges, saying it had not entered into any binding agreement to operate Kenya's main airport. On the pact it had signed last month to build and operate key electricity transmission lines in Kenya for 30 years, the group said the project did not fall within the ambit of SEBI's disclosure regulations, thereby not warranting any disclosure on its cancellation. The group was responding to notices sent by the stock exchanges to confirm reports of Kenyan President William Ruto ordering the cancellation of a procurement process that had been expected to ward control of the country's main airport after the conglomerate's founder was indicted in the United States. Scott Bessent is a Key Square Group founder who recently spoke at a campaign event for Republican presidential nominee and former US President Donald Trump, who's nominated investor Bessent after going through various high-profile candidates pitted against each other as US Treasury Secretary with vast influence over economic, regulatory and international affairs. Bessent is the founder and manager of Key Square Group, a hedge fund based in Connecticut. The firm manages around $307 million in assets, focusing on macroeconomic strategies. His experience leading his fund has solidified his reputation in financial circles as a strong decision maker with deep expertise in navigating global economic trends. Global credit rating agency S&P has revised its outlook on Bharti Airtel to positive from stable, citing the telecom giant's robust earnings growth and improved financial flexibility. S&P also affirmed the company's BBB negative long-term credit rating. The outlook revision is driven by the strong growth prospects for Bharti Airtel's operations in India, where the company is expected to see significant earnings improvements over the next 2 years. Jaguar announced its new logo on social platform X on November 19, 2024. It immediately drew the attention of users and Elon Musk, who expressed their dissatisfaction with the development. Many users are using the hashtag #BoycottJaguar to express their dissatisfaction with the new logo. Moving on to our international segment, where we're tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into significant developments from around the world, from diplomatic tensions in the Middle East to UN climate talks. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. Delegates from African nations and small island states walked out of a room on Saturday when negotiators worked on a deal on money for developing countries to curb and adapt to climate change. As United Nations climate talks dragged into overtime, a group of negotiators from the least developed countries bloc and the Alliance of Small Island States said they walked out because they didn't want to engage with the rough draft. With tensions high, climate activists heckled United States climate envoy John Podesta as he left the meeting room. They accused the US of not paying its fair share.
So what happened today is that the moral compass of the world, the most vulnerable countries on our planet, have walked out of the negotiations after the developed world failed to honor the promise they've made to provide climate finance. The rich world are refusing to honor their obligations, and they're effectively working to ensure they can shift the burden to the developing countries.
Japan will hold a memorial ceremony on Sunday near the Sado Island gold mines, which were listed this summer as a UNESCO World Heritage Site after the country moved past years of historical disputes with South Korea and reluctantly acknowledged the mines' dark history. At these mines, hundreds of Koreans were forced to labor under abusive and brutal conditions during the World War II. The Japanese government said that the Sunday ceremony will pay tribute to all workers who died at the mines. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden hosted a White House dinner on the front lawn to thank supporters of his administration for the last 4 years. President Biden also touted some of his administration's achievements in office, such as country's recovery from the coronavirus pandemic and passing legislation on a bipartisan basis that would change America for decades and decades to come. President Biden ended his dinner speech with roaring applause and said that he was honored to serve as the President of the United States.
Serving as President of the United States has been the honor of my life. But while our time in office is coming to an end, our cause endures. That's because of the history of the journey of America. America, the America of our dreams, is calling us to stay engaged, to never give up, to keep going, to keep the faith. I know I will, and I know you will. Just remember who in God's name we are. We're the United States of America. And there's nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together.
Russia's attack on a central Ukrainian city of Dnipro with an experimental hypersonic ballistic missile has escalated a nearly 33-month-old war. In a stark warning to the West, President Vladimir Putin said in a nationally televised speech that the attack with the intermediate-range Oreshnik missile was in retaliation for Kyiv's use of the US and British longer-range missiles capable of striking deeper into Russian territory. Former US National Intelligence Officer for Russia cautioned against being intimidated and cowed by these threats from Russia.
Trump to win because they like to see the chaos and the polarization in the United States. They think the U.S. is a declining power. And so anything that helps that they believe is good for them. And I do believe that Putin and those around him in the Kremlin do believe that the US is their enemy. I think we have to understand that. On the other hand, Putin is also transactional, like Trump, and so he may be willing to do a deal with him if he thinks that Russia is benefiting enough from it.
Israeli airstrikes on Saturday killed at least 11 people and injured dozens in central Beirut. Lebanon's civil defense said the death toll was provisional as emergency responders were carrying out rescue operations. The strikes were the fourth on the Lebanese capital in less than a week. Hundreds of South Korean and international environmental activists gathered in Busan, South Korea, to urge countries to come up with a strong treaty to end plastic pollution. The march took place 2 days ahead of the beginning of the fifth and the final rounds of negotiations for a global plastics treaty. The final round of negotiations is scheduled to begin on the morning of November 25th and expected to end early in December.
The world is watching. All eyes are on Busan right now. We must ensure that our leaders demonstrate their promise of protecting our ecosystems, safeguarding our health, and ensuring that we stay within the 1.5 degrees boundary set by the Paris Agreement.
More aid workers, healthcare staffers, delivery personnel and other humanitarians have been killed in 2024 than in any other single year. The United Nations said the war in the Middle East has been the single biggest cause of the 281 deaths among humanitarians globally this year. The UN said the figures come from the Aid Workers Security Database. A total of 268 of the humanitarians killed, including from non-UN organizations like the Red Cross and Red Crescent, were national staff, while 13 were international staff. Over 230 aid workers have been killed in occupied Palestinian areas.
Our colleagues at the Office of the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs tells us that 2024 has now become the deadliest year on record for aid workers, with 281 humanitarian workers killed this year. That surpasses the previous record of 280 workers who lost their lives just last year. The Undersecretary General for Humanitarian Affairs, Tom Fletcher, said humanitarian workers are being killed at an unprecedented rate, with their courage and humanity being met with bullets and with bombs.
Tens of thousands of Spaniards marched in downtown Barcelona on Saturday to protest the skyrocketing cost of renting an apartment in the popular tourist destination. Protesters cut off traffic on main avenues in the city centre. The lack of affordable housing has become one of the leading concerns for the Southern European Union country, mirroring the housing crunch across many parts of the world, including the United States. Organisers said that over 100,000 people had turned out, while Barcelona's police said they estimated some 22,000 marched. Coming up next, we have stories from the action-packed world of sports and entertainment. So sit back and we'll be right with you. All right, viewers, it's time to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Today, we bring you the latest updates from the Border Gavaskar Trophy Test in Perth. Keep listening to all the buzz right here on our sports segment. The Pakistan Cricket Board on Saturday brushed aside reports that its officials will be holding a virtual meeting with their counterparts at ICC and BCCI on November 26th to resolve the uncertainty surrounding the Champions Trophy. The announcement of the schedule for the marquee event has been delayed after BCCI has conveyed its inability to send the Indian team to Pakistan for the tournament. Yashasvi Jaiswal's stocks are rising, and they're rising at breakneck speed in Test cricket. Jaiswal is enjoying a memorable year in Test cricket and has added another milestone to his tally with a 50 in the second innings of the ongoing Perth Test against Australia in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Jaiswal now has 10 50-plus scores in Tests in 2024, the most by any player in the red ball format in the ongoing calendar year. Jaiswal was on level terms with Joe Root with 9 50-plus scores in Tests in 2024 before his half-century at the Optus Stadium. Australian bowlers did not put a wrong foot, but the pitch surprisingly dried up quite quickly at the Optus Stadium on the second day, eventually helping the Indian batters, reckons Australia head coach Andrew McDonald. India openers Yashasvi Jaiswal with 90 and KL Rahul with 62 frustrated the hosts with their dogged unbeaten 172-run stand that has put the game in firm control of the visitors, who now lead by 218 runs. While the wickets fell in heap on the opening day with as many as 17 batters getting out, only 3 Australian tail-enders were dismissed on the second day. A record turnout for the second successive day in the opening game of the Border Gavaskar Trophy at the Optus Stadium here has set the stage for the match to achieve an all-time high Test attendance in Western Australia. After a dramatic opening day dominated by the Jasprit Bumrah-led Indian bowling attack, which saw an astonishing 17 wickets tumble, Indian openers KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal showcased exceptional resilience. Their unbroken 172-run partnership has put India firmly in control of the match with an overall lead of 218 runs. Yashasvi Jaiswal batted with great temperament on day 2 of the first Border Gavaskar Trophy Test in Perth. The Indian star slammed an unbeaten 90-run knock from 193 balls and has now shattered a world record previously held by Brendan McCullum. Jaiswal now has 34 maximums of his name in 2024, one more than the Kiwi great McCullum, who hit 33 sixes in 2014. He had already broken the all-time India record of Virendra Sehwag earlier in the year. Sehwag had 22 sixes in 2008. Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL Rahul batted with absolute patience and grit on the second day of the Test, which had minimal seam movement to take India to pole position in the game. The visitors ended the second day 172 for no loss of wicket and with a healthy lead of 218. The 172-run unbeaten stand between Jaiswal and Rahul is the first 100-run stand by an Indian opening pair in the last 20 years. Mumbai captain Shreyas Iyer stamped his authority in the opening game of the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy against Goa. Smashing his second T20 100 at the Gymkhana ground in Hyderabad, Iyer, who is set to go under the hammer at the 2-day IPL auction in Jeddah, might not have timed this knock better with any other 5 teams looking for a captain. Now, Iyer completed his ton of just 47 deliveries. Tilak Varma continued his imperious form in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy as he hammered a magnificent 100 against Meghalaya in Hyderabad's first game of the tournament. Varma's 100 helped him rewrite the T20 history books as he has become the first player in the format to hit 3 consecutive hundreds. Playing with 10 men the entire second half, Northeast United FC eked out a narrow 2-1 victory against Punjab FC in the Indian Super League. Northeast United struck 2 early goals through Guillermo Fernandes in the 15th minute and Nestor Albiak on the 18th minute, but were reduced to 10 men after Dinesh Singh was sent off in the added time of first half. The visitors held a defensive line together before Ivan Nosvoselek, 80th, pulled one back for Punjab FC 2 minutes from the end of regulation time at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, which served as their home ground. Tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. Today, we bring you highlights from the 61st Golden Horse Awards in Tempe. This and more as we unravel all the latest updates from the entertainment industry this morning. Star Stars of the silver screen arrived in Taipei on Saturday for the 61st Golden Horse Awards. Other attendees included Sylvia Chang and Sandra Ng, who are nominated in the leading actress category, while the other winners are due to be announced. The International MAMA Awards made history on Thursday night at the Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles. This year, the two-day award show will kick off on the West Coast, showcasing the fan power and reach of global pop groups in the United States. The MAMA Awards will be held in both Los Angeles and Osaka, Japan, with nominations including popular groups like Young Posse, TWS, and more.
I'm so glad that it's basically because of the open mind of American public and American audience. It's unbelievable how they opened up. They opened up to other cultures in different parts of the world, and I'm really thankful that the American audience was this flexible and this open-minded to try different cultures from different territories. So I think that's the key.
Music composer A.R. Rahman on Saturday issued a warning to individuals speculating about the separation from his wife Saira Banu. Taking to social media, A.R. Rahman shared a 3-page legal notice addressing those spreading defamatory and objectionable content targeting him and his family. And that's a wrap for today's segment of Quick Morning. But don't go anywhere, viewers, as we'll be right back tracking the top headlines and biggest stories from across the globe, only on Republic TV.